Along with Brahma, the creator, and Shiva, the destroyer, Lord Vishnu is one of the three main deities in Hinduism, and they are together known as the Trimurti. Being a part of the Trinity, he has taken 10 incarnations, and the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu or the Dashavatars are the several forms he took whenever the universe was in turmoil. Each of the Vishnu's avatars had the same purpose which they achieved by different means. This divine purpose was the restoration of dharma or righteousness, and the good people from the hands of evils, demons or asuras. Most people know about Sri Krishna, Sri Ram and Lord Parshuram among all avatars of Vishnu. But the stories behind other avatars are not that prominent among the religious followers. However, they hold a lot of significance in Hinduism. So we have created this video and we will be creating a series to understand all avatars of Lord Vishnu in depth. So do not forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Okay, let us start with the first avatar of Vishnu as per Vishnu Puran, which is Matsya Avatar. Matsya or fish in Sanskrit was the first avatar of Vishnu in Hinduism. The Great Flood finds mention in the ancient Hindu texts like the Satapatha Brahmana, wherein the Matsya Avatar takes place to save the pious and the first man Manu and advises him to build a giant boat. Lord Matsya is generally represented as a four-armed figure with the upper torso of a man and the lower of a fish. According to Matsya Puran, once there was a demon called Hagriv who stole the Vedas from Brahma the creator and had disappeared into the oceans. During those times, there was a highly virtuous and pious king named Satyavart, also called Vaivastava Manu, who ruled over the southern part of the Bharatvarsh. One day, the king went to Krithamala river to do his morning prayers. When he took some water from the river in his cupped palms, he found a tiny fish in it. When he wanted to drop the fish in the waters, it requested him to give shelter for fear of being eaten away by bigger fishes in the water. The king obliged and carried the fish to his palace and dropped it in a vessel. With the fish growing in size rapidly, Manu had to change the container to bigger ones. Finally, when none of the containers was enough to contain the fish, it was eventually transferred to a pond, then to a lake, then to river Ganga and then finally to the ocean. The fish was growing even bigger in the ocean. And once it thanked Manu for giving shelter till then and assured the king that it would appear back after a while to rescue the king from the great floods. Meanwhile, the fish instructed the king to collect the best of seeds from the flora and the best of representatives from fauna. It also advised that a huge ship be built and kept in ready condition. The great flood started swallowing the earth. The king had by then gathered all the collected seeds and representatives in the huge ship. The huge fish Matsya Avatar appeared and brought with it the huge snake Vasuki. The ship with Manu and his collection aboard was tied to the horn of the fish with the snake Vasuki. The fish swam over the floods, pulling the ship to safety, reaching the top of the mighty Himalayas. All through the voyage, the fish discoursed the king on the entire gamut of sacred literature. Once the great flood subsided, the demon Hagriv was exposed. Matsya killed him and rescued the Vedas, handing them over once again to Brahma. All the seeds gathered in the ship were thrown on the earth. All the representatives of the different animal species started procreating once again. Manu performed a huge sacrifice or yajna to propitiate the gods. With the blessings of the Devatas, a beautiful damsel named Ida appeared from the fire and married Manu. Both of them gave rise to the human race once again. Another legend tells a bit different story, but end result is same, start of a new yuga. At the beginning of Satyug, King Manu ruled over his subjects with benevolence and kindness. One day he was bathing in the holy river and offering his daily prayers to sun god when all of a sudden he heard a weak voice asking for his help. He looked around and found a tiny fish asking Manu to give it protection. The fish spoke and pleaded its case. It said, "O great king, you are big and strong, but once upon a time even you must have been small and helpless. You lived in a safe environment that gave you a chance to grow and reach your potential. I am a little fish in a big and scary river. The bigger fishes in the river cause me to fear my life every moment. How can I grow in such a hostile environment?" Manu was deeply impacted by the plight of the fish, or maybe he was just stunned by hearing a fish articulate so well. Whatever the reason may be, Manu made a promise to protect the fish. He named him Matsya and brought him back to his palace. In the palace, he found a bowl for Matsya and ordered his servants to take good care of the fish. Under such hospitality, the fish grew at an unprecedented speed. Soon the bowl, which was once huge for the fish, could no longer contain him. Manu then moved the fish to the palace pool. Within a few months, even the pool was no longer sufficient. Manu then ordered the construction of a new bigger pool for the fish. When Matsya found out about Manu's intention, he was touched beyond words. Matsya then told Manu that he is ready to go back to the river. By now, Matsya was probably the biggest fish in the river and thus had no danger from other fishes. Manu had grown very attached to Matsya by then. He said that he would miss their daily conversations. Matsya too confessed about the attachment it felt towards the king and promised that they will still meet at the river at least once a month. So Matsya was set out free in the river and for several years they met every month. Matsya continued to grow and one day it informed Manu that it can no longer live in the river comfortably. It had to travel to the sea and explore the world. Manu supported this decision since he wanted what was best for his long-time companion. But Matsya did not miss Manu's sadness due to impending separation. Matsya then disclosed a very disturbing fact to Manu. It told him that soon a flood is going to come and the sea levels were going to rise and engulf all the land, destroying all the life in the process. Matsya then told Manu to build a large boat and get ready for the day that happened. Over the next several months, Manu focused all his energy on building a boat strong enough to survive rough waters. When the day came, Manu, along with scholars and a variety of grains, took shelter in the big boat. The water level kept on rising for what seemed like an eternity. Eventually, Matsya came and asked Manu to tie a rope around the boat and give him the other end. Matsya then dragged the boat towards the high mountains. When they reached dry land, Manu and his companions decided to settle there. Using the grains they managed to save, they started growing food again. Soon, other animals who also survived the flood found this dry land and Manu's empire flourished again. Matsya returned to the depths of the oceans and it is said that he is still growing there. According to every legend, the objective of Matsya Avatar was protection of Vedas and starting up a new yuga, which is the yuga which included Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. We find similar references in various religious texts including Bible and various Lokathas. So that's all for today. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the video and make sure to press the bell icon. Thank you and I will see you in the next one.